Hey, welcome. Come on in for a visit. Hey, just ease on in. Have a seat. Hey, it's time for Lou Vickery and Little Generational Wisdom. Man, do we have a great topic today? We're going to talk about a sense of humor. I looked up the word sense, and there's so many different variations of what it means, but we've always referred to humor as having a sense of humor. The Latin root word for humor is humor, and humor means to be fluid like water. In the same way that water sustains life, I believe humor nourishes life. It helps us to survive and thrive in times of chaos and uncertainty. The elements of humor are the ability to laugh, to giggle, to grin, to smile. Now, those are the visible signs. All have a humorous nature to them. I did a book number 12 in the Vickery Library, was entitled The Laugh, Giggle, Grin, and Think Book. And there are over 1,250 entries in that particular book that are geared to do just that. Laugh, giggle, grin, and think. Let me just cite a few to you that just jump out at me. One of my favorites has been, I came into this world with nothing, and I've been able to hang on to most of it. Always remember that you are unique, just like everyone else. The shortest distance between us is about a smile long. It's a good idea to change your mind every now and then, if for no other reason than, guess what? To see if it still works. Let me say that one again. It's a good idea to change your mind occasionally, if for no other reason than to see that it still works. The best substitute for experience is being 16. Now think about that one. I don't know how many of you remember the Burma shave. You got to be older, let's put it that way. You got to be in the winter years of your life probably to understand about Burma shave. There were Burma shave signs on the highways back in the days when we had just two-lane highways, and they were there as reminders about your driving. One of my favorites was the midnight ride of Paul for beer led to a warmer hemisphere. And then it always would have Burma shave at the bottom. Now think about it. The beauty of humor is that you don't always have to have words. Let's say that if you put a group, just to think about, put a group of people from all kind of nations. You can take 120 nations and put them in a room, show them a video of humorous acts, and what would result? They'd all laugh. That is the universal language. No one has ever been known to die of laughter. That's right. Laughter is universal language. It sits at the heart of humor. Now think about it. There are thousands of languages, just like I recognized, but there are thousands of languages that are recognized, but only one of them has a language of its own, and that is the language of laughter. It's guaranteed to be understood. Laughter is a physical expression of how we feel all over and express it in particular in one spot. How's your humor? You think about it, as kids, what would happen? We'd laugh and giggle, just the hustle and bustle of life. We were asking questions and having a great time. But unfortunately, as we grew older, what happened to our ability to laugh? It diminished. And why? Because I think as we get more and more involved in what happens with life, there's a tendency to forget about the humor part, about things being humorous. One of the greatest things I think we can do for ourselves is to be able to laugh at something we just royally messed up. But instead of getting all uptight about it, maybe the best thing to do is just laugh about it and go on and correct it. You know, we don't stop laughing because we grow old. We grow old because we stop laughing. Let me share a few things about the role of humor in our life and how important it is. I think if nothing else, if in the people and the development of people skills, if we could just keep the element of humor involved. Now, I'm not talking about telling jokes. I'm talking about just similar to what I just mentioned about we royally mess up. Hey, sometimes the wise thing to do is just laugh about it and then go on and correct it, as I mentioned. So basically, the development of people skills has as a center focus the ability to enjoy humor and to express it and to enjoy it. Humor can serve as a social radar because it tends to attract and connect you and I. We're like-minded. If you belong to life, I can tell you I really enjoy it. I enjoyed the humorous part of any situation. So social development actually is a key part of the use of humor. It strengthens social bonds. It helps to reframe situations when needed. You know, sometimes we just got to take a different approach to something. Put a little humor in it. Diffuse the tension around controversial topics. That's one of the greatest attributes of humor. It also helps us to cope with difficult and awkward situations and stressful events. It tends to lighten the atmosphere when things are tense and we're under stress. You know, I like to tell myself, that's the reason I like my little book, the Life, Giggle, Grin, and Think book, because there are times when I just like to pull that out and do it as a reminder to me. Not all of them, obviously, have an element of humor written in, but many of them do. Well, one of them that comes to mind, I just want to share it because I thought it was cute. Don't trouble trouble till trouble troubles you, and you think about it. And then your ability to have a sense of humor, and you may have a great, but if you don't, work at it. Work at it. Express, find something that you think that might be of interest to someone that's got a little element of humor in it, just like some of the things I related to you, and use it. Humor. And it's great to have at work. Don't you enjoy working around people that have an element of joy to them, enjoy talking and sharing and not everything where you're so uptight, but just have a joy of humor. Laugh, giggle, grin, and think book. You know, another one I could add to that is a smile. Isn't there something great about a smile? Smile shows how we feel inside. It shows that basically, hey, I'm enjoying I'm doing. I enjoy being around you. I enjoy sharing some time with you. It sure helps to resolve a conflict. So I want to share something with you. I call it, why work overtime? To send a smile out others' way brings 13 muscles into play. To think a frown will help you thrive, then the muscles will number 65. Then why should you work overtime is the biggest question on my mind. Sense of humor. You think about it, make it a part of your daily life. I'm Lou Vickery. My brand is a wise word. I'm the author of 24 books. You can check them out. The ones that are still in print, which are 12 of them, there are 12 books still available at awiseword.life/library. And until we meet again, you keep that smile on your face. Keep that happiness in your heart. And keep optimism on your tongue. That's the winner wherever you are and whatever you do. See you soon.